So the Sims 4 High School Years expansion pack finally comes out tomorrow. We've already made Judith Ward as a teenager, which if you have missed that video, go ahead and click the link above so you can catch up on that. But now we need to build her a high school. So that being said, let's get into the building. I'm really excited to get started playing with the High School Years expansion pack, especially with Judith Ward. I know we're playing with a bunch of different sim townies in this Let's Play, but somehow this Let's Play has just become ingrained in my mind as Judith Ward's high school years. I'm not the only one excited about this though, which brings us to our viewer shout out for today. Kate May commented, "I've never been excited for a Let's Play until now." I am so happy you're excited about this too. If you'd like to see yourself in one of our viewer shout outs, just leave me a comment down below. I'll be picking one comment each video to do a shout out to. So just to be honest, I had a lot of fun making this pack. And no, it's not quite functional yet. I'm not in the EA Creator Network, therefore I don't have access to the pack. So I have to wait like the rest of us mortals to play with this fun thing. But I built the majority of it. That way when the pack drops, all I have to do is go in and add a few things and we'll be good to go with a custom high school for our Let's Play. This really took me back to my high school days when I built this, which was like 14 years ago. Damn, when did I get old? Anyway, I loosely based this off the high school that I went to. And when I say loosely, I do mean very loosely. I started out with a basic floor plan of my high school that I went to, and then after that, I just winged it. I think the hardest part of this was figuring out the exterior. My high school was just a box with like a curved wall on the front of it, which we could now add thanks to yesterday's update. But unfortunately, I built this before that update came out. I did think about waiting, that way I could have used the curved walls feature in this build, but now I'm kind of glad I didn't. It took me around 6 hours to build this, so if I had waited, there is no way I would have been able to get this video out today. There are only so many hours in a day, and I homeschool 3 kids on top of this, so speaking of school, I am really excited for the high school pack to come out tomorrow. I've got mostly everything done. The high schoolers are made, the school is made. All that I'll have to do when the pack drops is make a few little tweaks here and there that I can't do until I have the pack content, and we'll be ready to go. I kind of forgot how much I love high school drama until this pack came along. Like, I don't like being in the high school drama. I just like watching the high school drama, or I guess in this case, causing the high school drama. I've got a bunch of drama-filled situations for our teenagers to go through. If you missed that video, I'll leave it in a link down in the description box below. But basically, we'll be doing a rotational gameplay with different townies from The Sims 4 as high schoolers in high school. Judith Ward won my community poll, so obviously she will be going first as a high schooler. And I took her way down a few notches in this. She has torn up clothes, messy hair, raggedy house. She lives with her dad, who is a complete drunk. She has to work at a fast food job to get by. So she's not the annoyingly famous Judith Ward that you're used to popping up whenever you go out somewhere and makes everyone around you pass out. She's a little more humble in this Let's Play, but these are kind of like her beginnings. I built an entire theater room in this high school because since she does go into acting, I figured it'd be kind of neat for her to be in the drama club, which we do have a drama club in the game, but it's just a rabbit hole. So building the theater, I thought it'd be kind of fun to pretend she's at the drama club. She can work on her acting skill, maybe make a few friends if that's even possible for her. She's also going to be the sim that goes to the thrift store a lot. She's going to be looking for any sort of clothes that look better than the clothes she has. So she is really down a few notches, but I'm really excited to play this version of her. I think this backstory of her will begin to give her adult version a little more character and understanding of how she ended up like she did. We also have the Pleasant twins in this Let's Play. Now, they came to us in Discovery University, so really there wasn't a whole lot I had to change to get them ready for this Let's Play because they're pretty much straight out of high school as is. Angela is a bookworm perfectionist. Have you ever met those teenagers who really are more like adults than they are teenagers? This is Angela. She's very goal-oriented, very be able to do it all and make straight A's too. I absolutely see her becoming valedictorian. She's on the chess team, which I added an entire room for the chess team in this high school. But with all that perfectionism comes a bunch of stress. I mean, it's hard being stressed. Just ask Isabella. On the other hand, her twin, Lilith, is the complete opposite. She sneaks out at night, she skips class, she pulls pranks. Very mischievous rebel wild child. Honestly, I see her getting expelled. Like, I'm not even joking. I honestly don't think Lilith will make it all the way through high school. I think she'll get expelled for pulling a prank on the principal or something, which it will be fun to see how being expelled plays out in the game. But it's really fun to have two sisters on opposite ends of the spectrum like this. They live with their single mom, who is a very goal-oriented perfectionist like Angela, but that doesn't mean they get along. So like if Angela makes an A, Angela's mom's gonna be upset that she didn't make an A+. Angela's mom is kind of the one applying all of the pressure on Angela, and it will be really interesting to see how Angela deals with that, or if she cracks under the pressure. But then at the same time, their mom is also doubling down on Lilith, because Lilith is going completely crazy, skipping class, sneaking out, all the bad teenage girl things you could do, which of course only drives Lilith further down this path. So it's a very dramatic and volatile family situation they're in, which is definitely going to make for some fun storytelling. Of course, Nancy is also going to be in this Let's Play. Nancy's story is that she got expelled from her stuffy preppy school that her parents were sending her to. Her parents felt that Nancy was taking all of her nice things for granted, so they sent her away to live at their vacation home in Copperdale. I'm gonna put her in the rental house that has the movie theater built into it, because of course the Landgrabs would have a house with a movie theater in it as their rental house. Her parents aren't coming with her though. They're too busy off doing rich people things, but they are sending a no-nonsense, very strict nanny to keep an eye on her. Think like a very strict British nanny who's very no-nonsense, very strict, very firm. So she'll be around to iron out all the no-nonsense rules for Nancy. Now, whether she goes with them, that's a different story. So preppy Nancy comes to Copperdale and she's trying to fit into this new school, which is kind of hard to do when you have your nose so high up in the air, but maybe she'll find her way. She tries out for the cheerleading squad, and of course, I'm sure she'll make it. She may even find one or two friends, maybe form a little clique. I kind of see her being like the head plastic from Mean Girls. I really kind of think she's gonna end up bullying and being mean to someone. So there's lots of drama stirring around there. But this is also where she is going to meet Jeffrey. So Jeffrey has always been the complete opposite of Nancy. So in this Let's Play, I took him in a very geeky direction. I figured they meet at school one day and Nancy kind of blows him off because like, why would she get involved with someone like Jeffrey? But then they start messaging over Social Bunny and slowly develop this romantic relationship with each other. But of course they have to keep it secret because Nancy just does not want to be known as the cheerleader who dated the geek. They sneak around, have secret dates. Maybe she sneaks him into her window at night. It'll be many, many more years before Nancy is in a place where she can get over herself to the point where she can marry him. And that probably won't happen in this Let's Play yet. This is just how they meet in their teenage fun years. Teenage Don Lothario also makes an appearance in this Let's Play. He's your typical jock. He's on the football team, he works out, he's the cool guy, maybe plays the guitar. I added a proper gym to this high school. That way we can pretend he's on the basketball team as well. He hasn't fallen into his player ways yet. He lives with his dad and his dad's new fiance. His dad's fiance is closer to Don's age than his dad's though, so it's kind of one of those situations. His dad is in the music career and has a good chunk of money, but he's also really non-committal. So his dad has a bunch of secret girlfriends behind his fiance's back, which his fiance knows about, but she's also just there for the money. So she also cycles through a bunch of boyfriends behind his back. So a lot of family drama going on there. It's a very mixed up and crazy situation, so you can definitely see where Don learns his ways from. But like I said, he's not there yet. He hasn't become the womanizer yet. This Let's Play will kind of go over his story as to just why and how he became the famous player that we all know him as. I'm not gonna go into too much detail of what I have specifically planned here, but let's just say Don Lothario gets his heart smashed. Liberty Lee is the final sim in this Let's Play. She's the computer geek. She has a streaming career. She's always on her computer playing games, programming. She hangs out a lot in the school's little programming club room that I made for them, but very, very much a computer geek. She lives with her grandmother, who is a very social and outdoorsy type person. So she's always trying to drag Liberty around with her to try to get her outside off those computer games and socialize. Liberty hangs out with Travis, who is her long-time friend. He's like her best friend, and they are both very, very much alike. Very geeky, very gamey, love computers, stuff like that. They are like two peas in a pod, and Liberty's grandmother is hoping that Liberty will eventually start dating him, but Liberty's not really interested in Travis. See, Summer has just moved to town, and Lilith has a huge crush on her. The rough side is Travis also has a huge crush on her too. So it'll be definitely very interesting to see how all this friend drama goes. We know in the end they all end up as friends living together in Willow Creek, but there may be some steps and issues that come about before they are able to do all that. And I will be using the new sexual orientation features to actually make Liberty a lesbian. I am so flipping excited we can do that now. But with all of them having such different stories, I wanted to make sure that the high school that I built would have little things in there for all of them to use. So I added your normal school stuff, but then I added different things in there that would help each of their stories progress. Like for Judith, I made the entire drama room complete with acting stage. That way we can take her and actually watch her learn how to act, which we all know is going to end up being crucial to her story at some point. For Dawn and Nancy, I built an actual gymnasium, like the kinds you would actually see in American high schools. You know, basketball goal on both ends, big basketball court. There's some seats there, and there's a little spot for the cheerleaders to cheer. I know we don't have active basketball teams, but it'll be fun to kind of pretend that Dawn Lothario's on it. With Dawn, I also added a music room upstairs because I can kind of see Dawn dabbling in guitar a little bit. And who knows, maybe that's where he meets someone that gets his heart crushed. I added a chess club room for Angela. It has a bunch of research machines and chess tables, but it's also kind of docked out with a bunch of the chess club features and also a bunch of trophies that they won. And the same with Liberty in the computer room. They have a whole little computer room set up for gaming. I also added in some things that these particular Sims may not use, but other Sims going to high school might. Like I added an art room and a photography room, as well as a debate room. There's a swimming pool for the swim team and also kind of a shop to build robots and woodworking. There's a greenhouse upstairs to grow plants in that I think came out really, really neat. And there's also just a game room. So like if your Sims need to blow off some steam and have some fun, it's all set up for them. So this school really kind of has a little bit for everyone. The only two things I have not added in the speed build for this high school are the 2 classrooms and the lockers. I carved out the spots where the 2 classrooms would go, but since the classrooms require certain objects to be able to function and I don't have those objects yet because I don't have the pack yet, I just left those spaces empty for right now, and when the pack comes in I can fill those in and be done with it. And the only lockers we have in the game right now are those kind of sporty lockers, and I just didn't want to use those yet. So I have spots for lockers to go, they're just not there yet. I also put random art murals around the school on the outside, and while it won't actually be graffiti, it could be kind of fun to pretend that Lilith is up there, you know, just spraying, painting graffiti all over the walls. I will say I have noticed a few bugs and glitches in the Creator Networks playthroughs that have me a little concerned. It's not on the level of my wedding stories yet. Like, this game pack should still be functional, but just some things that are mildly concerning. Like, for example, on Lil Simsy's playthrough, sometimes it wasn't giving her the check mark for things she had completed, which is a little awkward. But to be fair, they were also playing with a very early version of the game, so it is very likely that they went in and fixed that after they could see those issues. Something else I'm excited about this pack with is to be able to incorporate it with my werewolves Let's Play. I have 3 almost teenage werewolves, and taking 3 werewolves to high school I think is going to be really, really interesting. I'm also excited to build a werewolves high school. Like this scrappy little rundown building with a bunch of trees in the middle of the forest. Can you imagine us infecting an entire high school population with werebees? Just a high school full of young werewolves. It's a wonder it's still standing. Ooh, maybe that's part of the way I could build it. Kind of like with the library that James Turner built for Moonwood Mill, how it's kind of missing some pieces. Maybe part of the high school could be missing some pieces also. That's a really fun idea. I guess we'd kind of have to pretend that the football and the cheerleading thing isn't over there, because like I don't really see that being a very, you know, strong point on werewolves. It would be really neat if we could make the high school on any lot. That way a werewolf high school could actually be in the werewolf world. Or if we like wanted to make Hogwarts or something, we can make it in the magic world. But then again, I guess Moonwood Mill's only like 5 lots, so this makes me a little curious about what kind of content will be coming out for the rest of the year. I seriously doubt we'll be seeing another expansion pack until next July, which, you know what, I'm okay with. I'm all right with only getting 1 expansion pack per year, seeing how the quality of them between cottage living and high school years seems to be much, much stronger than the quality of some expansion packs we've had in the past. It feels like in the past they've kind of rushed the expansion packs a little bit, and I'm glad that they're taking the time to put in more effort with these expansion expansion packs. So I'm all right waiting a little while between them. But I'm really hoping this fall/winter we get either a game pack refresh or a new game pack, or heck, even a stuff pack. Like, I don't necessarily want the new content right away because we just had a bunch of content dropped on us between werewolves and high school. So like around fall-ish would be great. I just don't want to see another 10,000 kits come at us all at once. Like, oh my gosh, I don't want to go back to that. Like, even if they just gave us one new pack or a pack refresh around Christmas time just to kind of bring in the holiday season, and then sprinkled in some kits here and there just to kind of, you know, hold everything over, I think that would be fine. It's about balance, Sims team. Don't kill us with kits. And like I said, I really had fun making this build. It really took me back to my high school days. And because of that, I kind of threw in some of the quirks of that school. So if you notice when you're playing with this, they're in two different areas. There are some very large rocks, just kind of fenced off in a fun way. So my high school did this after I graduated because of course they couldn't do anything fun like this while I was in school. That would just make way too much sense. But anyway, after I graduated, they spent like $2,000 on this huge rock. Nothing special about it, was just a rock. Like, I mean, it was a big rock, I give it that. It's, I don't know, probably about my height, although I'm pretty short. I'm only 5'2". Here's a picture of the actual rock sitting out in front of my high school. And they just started painting this rock with different things. So like if there was a major football game or something, they would paint some kind of something relating to the football game, some kind of team spirit or Pride Month or something like that. Oh God, no, not Pride Month. Oh my gosh. Wow. No, my high school is out in the middle of the deep south. They're not celebrating Pride Month there, unfortunately. But like if different clubs were doing different things with different causes, they just kind of painted on the rock, and it became this whole community focal point of everyone just going to read this rock to see what they were doing that day. And I'm just kind of like, it's a rock. I mean, we could have spent this $2,000 on, I don't know, books or something, but I don't know. Everyone liked it, and it became just a really big community thing, so I put the rocks in my build. I did try to add like some graffiti or something to the rocks, like with the paintings and pictures, but it doesn't really meld to the rock's surface right, and these rocks aren't very straight up and down. They're very kind of curved. It's almost kind of like the graffiti and paintings and stuff were meant to go on walls. I don't know why you'd think that, but there they are. We have rocks in this high school, and that's what's important. But that is about it for this build. I'm really, really excited to play with the new expansion pack tomorrow. I've got a lot of fun things planned out for our Let's Play, and I am ready to just dive deep into this pack and see all its secrets. I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. But that being said, we are coming up on our screenshots, so I will say goodbye to everyone for now, and I will see everyone later. Bye!